Jacksonville and Northeast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Geis. And right away, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are. And now a terrific opportunity inside the 5. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTA.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll try and run forward Barkley. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
Pick up of 2. Brings up second and goal.
The second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. As he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold him to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run with Barkley. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
2nd and 8 at the 6-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A Jacksonville 1st down on a pickup of 17. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jones. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
And the Giants 1st down.
shotgun. They roll with Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He was just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time he is in. Saquon Barkley taking it in. And the Giants have taken the lead.
For the extra point.
People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Jason Sanders set to kick.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd and 11. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
The 41-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Intended for DJ Chark. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Geis. get it to their 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
56. Hey, let's get in that roll. Let's 57. 57's right. Heavy on the end.
On play action, they'll throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. "36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
The tackle
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Operating from the gun, Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. On first down, Barkley. It's a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. From the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll run with Barkley, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Josh Allen.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. DJ Chark, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Right there, 54.
To the right side to Eric Ebron. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking deep here for Ebron. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Check 50, check 50.
Now Jones throwing on first down. Caught left side by Hilton. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Giants, first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Jones. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off at the 14. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. From the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the run, it's Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
40 seconds.
Jones is going to put it in the hands of Barkley on the option. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's the option. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. That's complete to Slayton. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Complete to Darius Slayton. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
New York.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Barkley. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Montez Sweat picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player... disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
52's the mic.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or two shy of midfield. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Taken down at the 40.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike 50. Mike 50.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 36. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season. Tackling, because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Jones. Catch made by Slayton. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Touchdown.
Darius Slayton, 36 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Sanders on for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Giants 20, Jaguars nothing. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
7-yard pickup.
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Montez Sweat. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Jones, off play action, sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And nothing there on the return. They got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy?
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Third down, here's Geis. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now back to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. And obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Operating from the gun. Jones letting one go deep for the end zone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. I got you pumped back in 60. Hurt. Mike 20. 6 man. Check curls.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
At the 34-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chubb. And that's caught inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. LaVisca Chenault, 28 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. To throw on 2nd and 6. Jones. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Let's go. 552. Watch the run. Watch the run.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that'll bring up second down.
Ripping there defensively.
And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. Third down here.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Hey, tight down, tight down. Hurry.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Shark, incomplete. He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
52's the mic. Watch Mike. Come to my work.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And that will write a finish to this ball game. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in